Let's play with some products from my latest haul that I've just done. I want to try out all of these products. I have the Chanel No. 1 foundation. I have the Guerlain Terracotta concealer. I have a new Haus Labs blush, a new Sephora bronzer. I'm so excited to try this one out. And eyeshadow. I do have the Chanel Le Beige Healthy Glow Sunkissed powder, but I've done a video on Chanel, which is probably already going to be up on my channel before the haul. So today I'm just going to try this bronzer and then this blush and put them to the test. Okay, so for primer. Oh, do you guys like my hair? I just kind of did the Natasha Denona type of haircut and hairstyle. A lot of layers, but let's put the bangs up because I have to put foundation on. Yeah, let's play with some new makeup here. I do have a new brow product, and that is by Benefit. This is the Precisely My Brow Wax, and I picked mine in the shade 3. So let's start with this one because I love this so much. Hold on, where is my... Oh, here it is. It is such a perfect shade, and it just sets the brows in place all day long. It doesn't smudge. It fills them up very balanced and equally. There's no flakiness. I love the volume it gives to the brows without being muddy. Like, look the difference into this brow and here. It looks so good. So I'm definitely going to be repurchasing this product. I finally found a shade and a product that I really love. And it has that nice perfect hold as well to the brows. Okay, so I have sunscreen already on my face. I'm not going to apply any more. But let's apply. I have this Natasha Denona Hygiene Energizing and Hydrating Primer Serum. And I do want to try this. It's this. I have tried it a couple times and I like it. But it's not something that's amazing to me. Like, it provides this nice hydration upon application, but then I've noticed that it just kind of disappears. So I don't know. It's still a nice product. Like, it looks really nice right now, right? But after you just blend it, it just kind of becomes a little bit more sticky and I don't feel as hydrated. It's an okay product, but it's just... it's good. It's good. It's not something I really love or I'm excited to put on. Like the Merit Serum, I think that that's worth it. But if you like the sticky feeling with a little bit of hydration, then you like this product. I'm more of a more hydration than sticky feeling. Now let this sit a bit to make sure that it goes into the skin. You can see now how the glowiness and the oiliness kind of disappears. So let's move on to this foundation. I have been trying this foundation for a long time. I'm talking about the No. 1 by Chanel. And I have some thoughts on it. I didn't really like it in the beginning as much. I felt it drying. It feels like it's finicky. Like, you have to make sure you shake it super good for a while. Make sure you have your face prepped, hydrated. Do not have anything else underneath, like the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter or the Dior Glow, because I don't think that it pairs really good with those products underneath. Okay, so let's plump out a little bit. See, and now look, this Natasha Denona serum, it has specks of glitter, very tiny fine glitter. I don't like that at all. I don't like glitter. I guess that's what makes it shiny, but I like it shiny because hydration, not because glitter. I think I'm going to choose this BK Beauty 106 brush. Oh, this is in the shade BD01. And let's blend it in this way. Let's see how it looks today with this serum. And then I've tried it other times with this serum or the Merit Serum, and it looked okay. Like, it didn't look drying, and the foundation looked really nice actually. So I don't know. I guess I'll have to keep trying it. I bought this from Shoppers Drug Mart, so I don't know if I'm allowed to return it if I don't like it, but it's okay. I'll keep using it. I love the shade match. Now I'm gonna go into a dampened sponge, and let's see. Like, it looks okay, but for the price you pay, I don't know. I don't see that wow factor at all. but obviously I'm gonna keep using it. It's okay, I guess. It's nothing, still nothing special. What is wrong with me? It covers, it's not a full coverage foundation. I don't know if you can build it up maybe, but you can still see imperfections, and it's okay. Still not, you know, like there's parts. Okay, so this is what I'm getting from this foundation. There's parts where it's like nice and glowy, but then there's parts like around the nose that is a little bit more drying. I've noticed though that during the day, this foundation in this area, the nose and the mouth, is where it kind of breaks down and disappears the fastest. Now, all foundation will do that depending how long you wear them, but with this one, I've noticed a little bit earlier. So, but it's fine. It's not bad, but it's not the hydration that I wanted from an illuminating foundation. I love that it has great skincare ingredients. That's nice. So far it's okay. Let me zoom you in. So this is what the foundation looks like on me. What do you guys think? It looks okay, right? It's not that bad. Just here on the nose, I've noticed a little bit drying. Okay, so let's go into the concealer. And the concealer I'm using is the Guerlain Terracotta Concealer. And this is supposed to be a 24-hour wear, no transfer. And I got mine in the shade 0.5N. This is something that I can probably, this is what the doe foot applicator looks like. I can probably wear it even all over the face. I've actually tried this concealer and I don't feel like it's drying. I feel like it's a very nice, let's put a little bit on the nose. And then I'm gonna put all over the eyelids as well. It feels very hydrating and nice, and it's just not, it's not drying at all. So I'm gonna go in with this Nude Sticks Blend and Buff. I'm just gonna start with this and then I'm gonna go into a sponge. Just gonna spread the product with this first. So it provides, you can see how nice the coverage is here right away. It just covered the fine lines and looks really nice. And I've worn this during the day and I don't see any major creasing or anything, just a obviously regular, which you can just use your finger and it just blends nicely into the skin. It's very beautiful. I love that it's non-drying. This, every time I wore, I didn't have an issue with it. Now let's go in with the sponge. So some of these are first impressions and some of this, like I said, I've worn before. And these two products I've already worn. But I guess these two combined together, the foundation and then with this more coverage concealer in the T-zone, I think that the skin looks really nice. Definitely better. You can always use the concealer in this spot. Let's see. Let's try it. I also have the new Natasha Denona concealer. I picked another one up in the shade N1, but you've seen me use this. So that's why I'm using this Guerlain one, because it's just the newest one in my collection. Oh yeah, so you can see how beautiful the difference now with this concealer. It's just a little bit more flawless. So the skin looks super nice now. So on top of this foundation, it just added a little bit more coverage, more hydration. It looks good. I like it. I know this is more of a high-end concealer, but packaging is glass and packaging is beautiful. But I love that you can use this as a foundation, kind of like the Natasha Denona. It is very similar to the Natasha Denona. So if you love this one, you will love this one as well, because it's kind of the same formula and you can use it all over the face and it provides that nice hydrating feeling with a little bit of coverage. It's beautiful. Okay, so let's move on to, do I have a highlighter? I guess the only highlighter I have is this one. Maybe we'll use this one today, we'll see. But let's move on to bronzer. So this is the Sephora Matte Bronzer. And I picked mine up in the shade. Such a beautiful bronzer. We'll see how it looks on the face. This is the 01 Golden Gateway. And this is made in France. And I love how slim it is, easy to travel. Now, bronzers, let's go in with my favorite brush. So I'm going to use my Hourglass Veil Powder brush. And let's see how this looks. Ooh, It's pretty. I'm gonna compare it soon because I do have the Makeup Forever as well. And I think I'm gonna use this bronzer over the eyes too. I don't have a new palette, but I do have an eyeshadow stick to use with. You can see this on my skin tone quite well. It has more of a cool tone to it. You can see the reddish undertone in it a bit, but it's not too bad. It doesn't bother me. I'm not really a big fan of red undertones that much, but this doesn't bother me. Like, it's very nice and subtle. And this is my favorite, one of my favorite brushes. I'm thinking of getting another one because it's just so good. Yeah, it looks really nice. So let me compare it to this one, the Makeup Forever. I'm talking about the Makeup Forever Artist Bronzer. I have this one in the shade 15 Wild Sand. So I want to see the difference here. Yeah, so you can see the difference. Okay, so here is the Makeup Forever in Wild Sand. And then here is the Sephora one in the shade 01 Golden Gateway. So you can see this is a little bit warmer. This is more of a cool tone. Still really pretty. You know what? It's not as red as I thought it would be. So I like it. And I love that it's not powdery, not patchy. It blends nice. Let's move on to, you know what? Let's not use highlighter today because I just don't, or should we? Okay, let's use it. Chanel Le Beige Healthy Glow Sunkissed Powder in the shade Coral Light. So we're gonna go into this highlighter and let's see. I'll use this F2 by Makeup by Mario. That small brush and just add a little bit of glow to the cheek. Just for a little bit of glow. And for blush, I'm really excited to try the Haus Labs in the shade Fire Moon. Like, look at this shade. I love this type of shades that are more bronzy and peachy. I can swatch it. So nice. It's a beautiful bronzy brick with a coral tone in it. It's nice. Okay, so for this, I'm going to go with my favorite brush. Let me clean it here. Okay, so this is my F5 by Blinked brushes. This is my favorite brush to use on blushes. I really love the component, how light it is, but also not light, like cheap light. It's perfect for like traveling or carrying it with you in your purse. It's beautiful. Okay, so let's see how pigmented. Oh yeah. So I barely touched it. Like, look at this blush tone. I have been into more powder blushes and bronzers. I'm kind of tired of all the creams and gels and whatever they come up with. I find it that this ones last longer and better. Now I'm going to go into my brush, this fluffy brush, and make sure that everything is kind of mashed together. That's beautiful. Definitely recommend this blush if you can get your hands on it. Okay, so let's move on to eyes. So for eyes, I'm going to go into the same bronzer so that we can keep the same color story on the eyes as well. So I'm going to go in with a BK Beauty 212. So I'm going the Sephora bronzer and adding this as like a transition shade. Ooh, this looks really pretty on the eyes too. It has a nice cool tone, not very warm. I love it. It looks beautiful on the eyes. Just gonna intensify it in the outer corner only. And then bring it up. Wow. I love this on the eyes. And I love that it's not powdery. I hate bronzers or anything that you put on your face or your eyes that it feels powdery and drying. This feels very satin-like and very soft. There's no fallout, just beautiful. So let's do this on the other eye. Wow, it's such a nice color. So I was thinking of picking up that Natasha Denona gold or golden palette. I don't have the original gold palette, but I don't know. The more I see the advertisements and the reviews and so much gold, the less I want to pick it up. I don't know. I don't like the gold. But I do like the shades in it. I know it's called gold palette because it has some gold in it. But I do like the warm tones in it. It looks really pretty. So I'm thinking about it if I'm going to pick it up or not. We'll see. I have to wait till it comes to Beautylish because I'm not ordering from Natasha Denona website anymore. I've ordered once and it came like after it came to Sephora, after it came to Beautylish. That's when I got my palette because I ordered from Natasha Denona thinking I'm gonna get it faster so I can review it for you guys. No, that took forever. So I'm going to a BKB 207 and using the same shade, a bronzer shade, and just adding a little bit of a shade down here. Let me know what you guys think of that gold palette. Maybe I'll change my mind. I was gonna pick it up when I did my makeup releases and I talked about that palette. I was very intrigued and I wanted to get it. That was my final thought. Now I still want to get it, but I kind of am thinking about it. I do have her last palette, the Glam one, and that's my favorite palette out of all of her palettes. I'm more into cool tones lately, so I don't know if I need that palette because it's more warm. Okay, I think the eye looks really nice. Now I want to go into this Bobbi Brown eyeshadow stick in the shade Moonstone. I think this is such a nice shade. I really want to pick up another one. I love this one so much. It's going to be hard to see when I swatch it. It's like right there. It's very nice and light and bright and glittery without being too glittery. So I'm just going to add this to the rest of the eyelid to brighten up this area. This is such an easy done eyeshadow. Oh, so pretty. I want to own all of this. Like seriously, I think I'm going to slowly invest into every Bobbi Brown eyeshadow stick. That's all you need. You don't even need eyeshadow palettes. And you don't even need brushes to blend them. You could, but you can use your finger or just the actual stick. Oh my goodness, this is so pretty. It's so nice and bright without having glitter falling all over your face. You see how fast that was? So I'm going to quickly go off camera and apply some mascara. I'm going to use my favorite Loreal Panorama, and then I'll be right back for lips. And then we're going to talk about whether I recommend any of these products or not. So I'll be right back. Okay, so mascara applied. I've just blended whatever I had on my brush, this brown, a little bit more up higher because it was a little bit too low. And that's all I did to the eyes. And here's a final close-up here to the complexion. I think it looks really nice. I have no complaints. Another thing with this foundation, the Chanel No. 1, I've noticed that as the day goes by and your natural oils come through, it actually looks a little bit more hydrating and not as drying as when you first apply it. So that's another thing. It's just a very weird foundation for me. Like sometimes it looks super nice right away. Sometimes it looks nicer as the day goes by. So very hard to form a exact idea on how this foundation would work on you. So keep that in mind. Like I'm telling you that it could work on you really nice. It could look really drying. It could look really glowy and illuminating. It's a very interesting formula looking on the skin. Like it's very, very hard to formulate an idea on how this, whether I recommend this foundation or not. But keep that with like an open mind. That's what I'm kind of trying to tell you. Like in some days I really like it, how it looks, and some days it feels more drying, but right now it looks really nice. So I don't know if it's the concealer that makes it look really nice as well, but the complexion looks super beautiful, not too glowy. I'm not gonna powder this at all because I don't want to have more dry skin. I want to have a little bit of glow and hydration. So yeah, okay, let's move on to lips. I have 4 lipsticks by Sephora collection. I do have a video on, like a shorter video on swatching all this, but I don't know which shade would look best. Hold on. Okay, so this is shade L21. I think this would look really good. L21. Then we have L20, which is more of a darker brown. L20. Then we have L22, which is more of a light peach. This is the one L38, which I'm not going to use today because it's more of a berry. It's really pretty though. Okay, so I think I'm going to go with this one, the L21, which is the first one. But before we do that, I'm going to go in with the Wonder Skin Contour Lip Liner. And this is in the shade Saddle, which is a nice brown. I think it's going to look really good with this. So here is the lip liner. Okay, so let's remove any lip oil. These are new in my collection as well. I didn't purchase these ones. They were sent to me by the company. And I am really enjoying them because they're so neutral and easy to use. They glide nice. They provide a lot of pigment. It's just beautiful. Beautiful formula. Okay, so let's move on to that lip balm. So again, this is shade L21. Very nice and balmy. So the way I apply it, I'm just going to dab this on my lips. Like that. Isn't that pretty? Here, I'll zoom you in so you can see. I think that this lip combo, it's so pretty. These two shades together. Love them. I love them. It's really pretty. I think this is my favorite shade from the lipsticks. This is my least favorite because it's too light, but it's still beautiful. But the lip liners from Wonder Skin are wonderful. Okay, so here's a final close-up. So let's talk about today's products. I'm going to take this out now. Let's see here. What did we have here? Let's start with the primer first. The Natasha Denona Hygiene Serum, Energizing and Hydrating Primer Serum. This is something I would not repurchase. It has glitters, little tiny glitters in it. It looks really beautiful on the skin. They're not visible on your face, but when you rub it into your hands, you'll see the glitters. It's an okay product. I like how my skin looks, but I really don't think is that super hydrating as I thought it would be. Again, I have like a hydrating problem. It has to be, when you tell me it's hydrating, it has to be hydrating. Like I have to see it, but it looked good on the skin. You guys saw how it looked. Love the packaging. Not a big fan of the smell of this one. I can't describe it. It's just, it's an okay smell, but it's not something that, like this one, like the Chanel one. It's an okay product, but it's not something that you need in your collection, what I'm trying to say. It's still good, but it's not something you need. I'm happy I have it. It's not something I'll probably go repurchase. Now let's talk about the Chanel #1. You guys already kind of know my thoughts. It looks very beautiful on the skin today. I have no complaints. I think that the concealer actually made it look better, especially I've noticed in the spots where I put concealer. This is where it kind of looks better, but again, keep this with an open mind. I cannot wrap my mind yet on how to explain this to you, whether it's worth it or not. So I'm kind of still in the middle. So that's not really a good sign when you are trying a foundation, because that means you're like trying to make it work. I still like it, but there are days that I don't like it as much. So like I like it today. Today I like how the face looks. So I cannot tell you. This, and like it's a question mark still for me. This concealer is not a question mark. The Guerlain Terracotta, I definitely recommend this if you're interested in trying a concealer, because if you guys know, this is one of my favorite concealers I have tried because it looks beautiful as a foundation or like all over the face. It lasts all day long. It makes your skin look youthful and glowy and beautiful, and it provides enough coverage to give you the nice no makeup look with still covering your imperfections. So this provides the same thing, a little bit more coverage maybe than this one from what I see, but look how beautiful the skin looks. Nothing has settled into my fine lines, nothing, and I have fine lines. Now if I do open like that, you'll probably see even foundation in there, but it's not, no you don't. It actually looks really good. So yeah, this is Definitely a beautiful concealer. Now, all concealers will crease if you have fine lines. Keep that in mind. But this is creamy and not too creamy serum-like. It has enough coverage. More like the Hourglass as well. So very similar. I love this product so much. Now the Chanel Le Beige powder. This I've tried. I love the highlighter. It actually looks really nice and subtle. It's a beautiful product to wear all over the face. That's how I like to use this. Kind of swirl my brush and apply it all over the face, and then go individual with blush and highlighter. So it's a nice product. I don't think it's worth so much money, 115 Canadian, but it's Chanel again. You get a lot of product in here. So, you know, keep that in mind, but it's a nice product. Definitely recommend it if it's in your budget. The Sephora Bronzer Matte, love this. This is such a great product. It's made in France. It's so slick, easy to like store places. I love the aesthetically pleasing design of it. It's a nice formula, the 01 Golden Gateway. I think there's another one before this, but it looks a little bit more lighter, so I went with this shade. And it looks beautiful. It looks beautiful on the eyes. It looks beautiful on the cheeks. Look at that. And it's non-powdery. It has a very nice silky feeling. So I think it's a nice shade. I love using this probably on the eyes as a crease. It's because it has a nice cool tone effect with a little bit of warmth. It's just perfect. And it looks really nice on the skin too. Definitely 110% recommend, and it's also affordable because it's the Sephora collection. Now let's talk about Haus Labs. This is another product I recommend. Look at this blush. This is one of my favorite shades I have tried out of all the blushes I've owned, because it has a nice brick and corally shade in it that just blends nicely with the bronzer, and it just doesn't like pop, which I really like. It's very natural looking. Again, it's not powdery, and it looks like cream on your face. So this is something I really recommend as well. Love the packaging. Now you guys know I recommend Bobbi Brown eyeshadow sticks. You cannot go wrong with this, and I want them all, but they're $46. I do want them all. I do want a lot more, or at least the ones that like, I want some matte ones that are lighter on my eyes. I want more shimmery ones. I just love them so much. So 110% recommend this ones. The Benefit Precisely My Brow Wax. Best eyebrow product I have ever tried. From Sephora, from the drugstore, from high end. This is the best product. My brows sit in place. They're fluffed enough. They still look like my brows without being like chalky and blocky. And it's just such a natural yet perfected way of doing your brows with this product. I cannot tell you how much I love this. I definitely recommend this one. Now the Sephora lipsticks, I love the actual formula. Packaging feels a little bit more cheap, but the formula is very hydrating. Look how much I talked, and it's still on my lips. It's supposed to be long lasting. It's not a lip stain, but it's supposed to be long lasting, and I love how it doesn't settle into your lines on your lips, and it gives you that nice hydration with a hint of color. Definitely recommend this ones. I bought them $10 each on sale from $22 from the Sephora Canada website, and I keep seeing them in stock and then out of stock, but these products by the Sephora collection, they're just amazing. The Wonder Skin lip liners, beautiful. They're supposed to be like lip stain lip liners. They last you a long time, and they're non-drying. They don't budge or smudge. Very, very pretty. I love this shade. That's it for today. Those are all the new products I've tried from my latest haul. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to subscribe, and I cannot wait to see you in my next one. Love you guys. Bye.